Hello and welcome to another NihongoGamer video. As you may have heard, tomorrow Microsoft is planning on tomorrow is October 6th. Microsoft is planning on having a release, press release event about the Microsoft Surface Pro 4 and probably a number of Lumia phones that are going to be running on Windows 10. So it's like a Windows 10 devices conference. And what I want to talk about is Surface, because they haven't actually said they're going to talk about it. But what I have got here is my Surface Pro 2. I live by this thing, and I have an interesting story about it. Actually, I bought it the day that I heard about the Surface Pro 3. And the reason I did it was because of this pen. This is a bamboo, I don't know if you can see it, it is a bamboo feel Wacom pen. And that's because when the Surface Pro 2 was released, which is this one, it's a bit thicker than the Surface Pro 3, but more or less the same speed. When they released it, the 3, they said they were going to stop using Wacom technology, and I was a little tentative about it at first, but I thought I'd, see what it was like. And I tried some Surface Pro 3s, I've even tried the newest one, Surface 3, and the pen is just nowhere near as good as this one. This one has like 1024 levels of pressure sensitivity. And many people will argue that you don't need that much sensitivity, but what happens is, in practice, on the N-Trig pen that is used on the Surface Pro 3, the initial pressure, when you first start to draw, when you first put that first line down, when you're drawing a picture or just drawing any notes, you have to apply more pressure than you would for a pencil. Whereas with this pen, and it's not perfect, this pen for the Cintiq, the Wacom Cintiq, which is a proper professional drawing tablet, that one is as much like a pencil as I think you're gonna get. This Wacom Feel pen, which is half as sensitive, still does an incredibly good job. I drew most of my webcomics using just this pen and this tablet. There are issues with it though. The Surface Pro 3 made a lot of enhancements that I don't get to benefit from. This stand, this piece of junk stand, which basically puts it at this angle, no one draws at this angle, or no one I've met draws at this angle. Everyone draws at, a slightly more, just off the table, a little bit slanted angle, or maybe just on the table, and this just really doesn't cut it, this stand. Surface Pro 4 will have the flexi stand that they came out with Surface Pro 3. That's not going to be a problem. What is the problem is that this thing cuts into your leg. They're like, it's the device that can be a tablet and a laptop. But let's face it, when you're using it like a laptop like this, okay, it's a little more sturdy than it was before, but this is sharp. Piece of metal coming out of the back of the device. It rests into your legs and it still hurts. I've tried it on the 3, I've tried it on the Pro 3, this is the Surface Pro 2, they're all the same, it hurts. I'm gonna give this to you for free, Microsoft. How about you just put a little bit of plastic here so that, the plastic can rest on your leg and not this edge, this knife edge that comes out the side of your tablet. Please fix it. Other things that need to be fixed for the Surface Pro 4 that weren't fixed with the Surface Pro 3, it's still loud. We are all expecting of our tablets to be sort of noise-free. The problem with these tablets is because they've got Intel i processors in them, they tend to get a little bit hot. If they could find a way to quiet them down a little bit, I think that would be useful too. And I'll tell you what, I don't even think it's the hardware. Cooling down this device is probably down to the OS, because I have basically found that this thing would overheat. If you just buy it and you just try to use it, it will overheat all the time, and there are culprits. The culprits are OneNote, the culprits are Microsoft's Edge browser, the culprits are this keyboard. This is the silliest thing that ever happened with this tablet. Basically, on this tablet, if you take the keyboard off, a new driver will load in this OS, which is like a keyboard driver. It's like a ghost keyboard driver. I don't even know what it's for, and you can only see the driver if you take the keyboard. You actually take it off the device. Then you have to go and disable it. If you do not disable that driver, this thing will turn on by itself, even if you don't touch it. If you just leave it there, you put it on suspend, you just leave it like this, it will switch itself on and start to heat up. That is not a device problem. That is not a Surface Pro 3 problem. That is a Windows 10 problem. We assume it'll get ironed out if Microsoft cares enough. As an artist, as someone who likes to draw comics, something that is really, really important is this pen. This pen was better, the Wacom Pen. And then the Surface Pro 3 pen, not only was it took too much initial pressure to draw a stroke, your arm actually begins to hurt after a while drawing. If you have the Wacom bamboo tips, they can actually be pulled out and you can buy replacements. They have like packs of 5. Slide it in and you've got a new pen, a new lease of life. You can use it for months on end, no problem. The problem with the Surface Pro 3 pen and the Surface 3 pen, the N-Trig one, is that I think they never actually sold the nibs, and the only way to get them replaced was to like contact Microsoft and then they would send you one. Wouldn't it be nice if we could just order them? Or at least, you know, just make them for sale. I actually want to give you money, Microsoft. So please, create, you know, put on the store these nibs for the new Surface Pro 3 pen. Really what they need to do is fix the sensitivity as well. I say fix, I just mean increase. If they could get that up to 1024, it would be on par with this pen, and I would say you could get away with not buying a Wacom Cintiq tablet. I love that thing to bits, and if you're going to be drawing comics all day, every day, then, you know, there really is no other option. But if you just like to go to a cafe, whack out a couple of webcomics, you could easily get by with this. It's sufficed for me, for my webcomic stuff, so honestly, I would recommend getting this instead of as a Cintiq if you're not spending all day. The only reason I would say to get the Cintiq if you are spending all day is the pressure. Your hand will not hurt so badly after a whole day's work if you have a pen which takes care of your wrist. This one just doesn't involve, it doesn't need so much pressure to make it stroke. That's the art side of the device. I think there are other things that could be improved, of course. It's still not as sleek. iPad Pro is going to be coming out in November, and obviously iPad Pro is trying to take on the Surface. It's going to have a little bit here underneath the stand, and that's going to make it hurt less when you're using it with a keyboard. It's loud. The cameras are garbage on Surface Pros. I tried it on the 3, Pro 3, Pro 2. Cameras have always been garbage, and I would never ever use it for anything, unless if it were good. If it were a good camera, I do not mind holding my tablet in front of something, like a poster, something that I need to annotate. I don't mind using a tablet to take that picture, but the quality has to be there, and it just isn't. I guess the last thing I really wanted to say is that there's a micro SD card slot. Probably can't see it unless I zoom in here. There is a micro SD card slot here, but it just juts out, and as you know, cards can just pop out. I think there's nothing actually physically holding it in completely. The Surface 3 has a SIM card slot where you can actually, you know, put the card in and keep it in there. I don't know why they didn't just put a little cover. They could have a nice flashy little cover to go for the micro SD card slot. Everyone needs storage. No matter how much you say that everything should be in the cloud, we are not always connected to, you know, 4G connections that can upload a gigabyte of data. Some people need micro SD card slots to expand the hard disk on these devices. You know, something like a simple micro SD card could add 64 or 250, or 250, could you put that? I actually can't remember, maybe 128. You can put up to 128 gigs of extra storage. That could like double the size of storage on your device. Just put a cover over the slot, and then everyone has peace of mind, and we don't have to put a piece of tape over it. All that really matters to me is this pen, and as long as Surface Pro 4 retains the 3:2 aspect, I think they are onto a winner, because this 16:9 ratio, or whatever it is, it might be 16:10, I'm not sure, it's awful. When you are drawing and you're holding it like this in portrait mode, it just feels wrong. Everything is cramped. You don't have space for your toolbars while you're drawing. If you use Photoshop a lot, it can be a real issue. Microsoft, if you can fix OneNote, I don't even want to talk about OneNote in this video because I get angry. Fix the OneNote software because it's awful right now in Windows 10. If you can fix that and all the things I just mentioned about the Surface Pro, I think you're onto a winner. And honestly, I think Microsoft, they could run away and leave iPad Pro in the dust as long as they get these things right. And it's going to be massively down to sorting out Windows 10. So basically, Microsoft bought the N-Trig company in order to, I think they wanted to upgrade this pen, but we've had no rumors, we have no idea how it's going to improve. Hopefully, and we'll see tomorrow basically at the announcement, if they upgrade the pen and it's got at least 1024 levels of pressure sensitivity and replaceable nibs, they are onto a winner. So there you have it. That's what I think about the Surface Pro 4. Obviously, there's going to be plenty of announcements tomorrow about devices with the Lumia phones. I think hopefully they're going to do a better demonstration about Continuum. I really want to see how we're going to be able to use our Surface devices on bigger screens, because obviously for gaming, that's going to be really important. Alright, so that's basically all I wanted to talk to you about Surface Pro 2. Hopefully, I will be able to upgrade to a Surface Pro 4 because I know that the new devices, hopefully there'll be a 14-inch one as well. Hopefully it'll be 3:2 in aspect ratio. Hopefully there'll be a better pen. It'll be good for me because I can make gameplay videos. For the past year, I have made gameplay videos on almost nothing but this one Surface Pro tablet. It has been that good to me. I really do recommend it as a computer. If the Surface Pro 4 is everything that it's being talked up to be, and as large as it's going to be, should be onto a winner. Don't forget to comment, subscribe, and share all the links and all that good stuff, and I will see you in the next video. She's got magnets on her feet. First, new Nintendo 3DS game, Final Fantasy 15! Ah! Someone pick up the phone! How about you, Cloud? It's shopping time! So I let her go in front of me, and she ran into the shop and she took the only copy of this, and I thought, no! Here it comes! Ah! It's like the anime, but better! It doesn't say what this is, it's just a piece of plastic. I think maybe it is a Frisbee.